And good evening and welcome to First Bank and Trust Arena in New Prague, getting ready for Section 1AA quarterfinal hockey between the New Prague Trojans and Owatonna Huskies, the 4-5 matchup in Section 1AA. Should be a good one here from New Prague. My name is Wade Olson. Once again, pleased to be with you here again from New Prague. And the regular season, everything, all the triumphs and tribulations, everything good that's happened in the regular season doesn't mean anything anymore. All the valleys doesn't mean anything anymore. All the records reset. 8 teams in Section 1AA trying to be the one to advance, to win this mini tournament, advance to the state tournament being played in St. Paul a little bit later in the spring. Should be a good one. These two teams did match up prior to Christmas. New Prague did win that game 7-5. New Prague got out early, scored early and often, had a 5-2 lead in that game, ended up hanging on as holding off a Owatonna rally that saw them cut the deficit to 6-5. New Prague ended up winning that game 7-5, but that was so long ago, pre-Christmas, pre-New Year's. Owatonna's playing a lot better second half of the season. Obviously, New Prague is has played some really good teams as of late. Capped off by their last game, regular season finale, a 9-2 thumping of Chaska. So that's where we're at. Quarterfinal tonight. Winner of this game will advance to play in Farmington on Saturday night. Obviously, if Farmington does beat Austin in the 1-8 matchup. So it should be a good one. We are New Prague. We are Owatonna, 1AA quarterfinal, just about 10 minutes away from puck drop here. I did get a chance to just minutes ago to talk with head coach Brad Drazen. Let's get his thoughts on the seeding, tonight's game, and the section tournament. Here with head coach Brad Drazen, New Prague and Owatonna tonight, Section 1AA quarterfinal. Coach, seedings are done. How do you think everything shook out the way it should have?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the coaches in our section, everybody does their homework and everybody votes with what they think is best. There's no scheming or anything like that. And so I think everything kind of fell how we expected it to.
You get a home game against Owatonna, a team that came in to this rink early in the season, very early in the season. I actually watched that game back this morning to kind of for prepping for this game. You won by 2 goals, but you guys actually controlled a lot of that game. Offensive zone time, possession time, things like that. I know it's a long time ago, but is there things you can take from that game, or was it so long ago that you just kind of have to move forward and treat it as a new opponent?
Honestly, I think it's a mix of both, really. I think when we watched it back and we look at the success that they had against us, I would anticipate them doing that, where they had a couple breakaway goals. Mm-hmm. They were able to get to the net on us a few times. So, I think that that's something that we're expecting, where they're going to try and maybe stretch the ice on us because they had some success last time. On the flip side, it's more about kind of confirming things that we've seen recently too, of their style of play or goaltending or whatever. And it's something we definitely look at.
Owatonna, a team, I think the way I have it, just looking at the results and pre-Christmas struggled some, lost some games maybe that they want back, but since the new year in 2026, they don't have a bad loss. They've been a really a top team in the section since then. Anything change with them, or are they just playing better hockey now after the break?
Yeah, I noticed against, they played some common opponents, and I always like to kind of watch those too, because I have a feel of what, that opponent brings, and then it gives me a sense of where they're at. And, I specifically watched them, Mankato West and Northfield, and they came out and they were really aggressive. And so that's something that we're anticipating today. And I think, when you're aggressive, you're hard to play against, and it forces people to make a decision before they're ready. And, they're a fast team. And so I'm expecting them to, try and jump all over us and force us into mistakes. And then, they find some timely opportunities or rebounds or whatever. In your recent regular season games to finish the season, it was very noticeable to everybody watching at home how engaged your defensemen were joining plays. And not just joining the rush, being that fourth guy, but leading the rush, being the second guy across the blue line. And, August Beckius' goal was a center lane drive right from the slot, and Tyler Applin's assist was a center lane drive right from the slot. Tactical change or just emphasis of how aggressive you guys want to be offensively? I think it was just we emphasized it and it started to click. Okay. And I think this group saw some success come from it, where we have guys up in the rush, and one of the strengths of our defensemen is they can skate.
Mhm.
They can all skate, and they can skate really well. And so we want to use that to our advantage. And I think it's a little bit of a leap of faith or a jump for a defenseman to hop up in the rush because, forever they're told, and even, last year or early, like, can't get beat. You can't let anybody behind you. And we've started to evolve and, like, let's just go. Let's take the pressure to other teams, force them to, kind of react to us. And that's one of the things is getting the defenseman up, and it forces teams to have to account for a little bit more.
Last question, Coach. Section all of all the thoughts. Obviously, Owatonna tonight, a very, very good opponent. Section 1AA. I think there's 5 teams that can win the section. Not only that, I think there's 5 teams that think they are going to win the section. Those type of stats, those things being true, actually sometimes makes for the best tournaments. And I think we're, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be a real fun little stretch.
Yeah, really. And I think really at any point, anybody can beat anybody. We saw Rochester Mayo, and we had a really tight game, 1-0 with them, and Century too. So, I think at any given point, you want to give yourself a chance to win. And I think at any team in this section feels like they can give themselves a chance to win. The Lakevilles and Farmington obviously had a good season up, north of us. And then, the southern side, they spend a lot of time playing against each other and know each other really well. And so, yeah, you just never know. You never know. And that's the beauty of it. And that it's a win or go home type scenario. You get a hot goalie, things can change in a hurry. We've been on both sides of that. And so, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's a ton of fun. The kids are fired up, and there's really nothing better.
Everyone healthy, ready to go?
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. 1AA quarterfinal, New Prague and Owatonna, minutes away. Coach, we'll talk to you after the first.
Sounds good. Thanks.
And those are the thoughts of head coach Brad Drazen. Lacey had the opportunity to talk to the flag bearers of the day, family of our varsity hockey players. Let's welcome Colton Krocek, Harry Anderson, and Kylie Borwidge.
Here with our first section game day flag bearers. Who am I here with?
Kylie.
And Kylie, what number and position are you for your hockey team?
I'm 77 and I'm center.
And who's your brother on the hockey team?
Cade Borwick.
How do you think he's doing? He's the captain this year.
He's doing great.
Awesome. And what is your best piece of advice for Cade or the team in general?
We should kick butt.
Awesome. All right, come on in. Hi, Bud. Why don't you tell us your name, your number, and your position?
Colton, goaltender, number 61.
And who are your family members on the hockey team?
Riley and Tady Krochak.
How do you think they're doing this year?
Playing great.
Awesome. And what is your piece of advice to them or the team?
Good, clean passes.
Great. All right. Hi, Bud. Why don't you tell the camera your name, your number, and your position?
Harry Anderson, number 18 and right wing.
And who's your big brother on the hockey team?
Walker Anderson.
Do you want to be a player just like him one day?
Yeah,
What is your best piece of advice for him and the team?
to play good.
All right, now why don't you all come in and we're going to give our best go Trojans. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Go Trojans!
And thank you, Lacey. We're just a couple of minutes away from the drop of the puck here in the 1AA quarterfinal. Let's take a look at the lineups here for New Prague. Here you heard head coach Brad Drazen talk about his team is healthy. Everybody in today. New Prague does get to dress 20 players, and we'll take a look at them now. Carson Ashley will be skating with Walker Anderson and Caden Brigham. They've been together the last 2/3 of the season. Owen Dorzinski will be with Grayson Whitty and Jack Fronick. Keenan Huber has the seniors on his flanks with Jackson Whitus and Grayson Rue. And actually, I believe that's a misprint. We're going to have Hudson Herbeck, Tayden Krocek, and Aiden Estrom filling out the 4 forward lines for New Prague. Defense pairings for the Trojans: Cade Borwidge, the captain, skating with Tyler Applin, Riley Krocek with Joey Bush, and August Beckius with Chase Cloutier, and in net for New Prague, a junior netminder, number 30, Joey Closey. Those are your lineups for New Prague. The Trojans neither team has come out of the locker room yet. Referees and linesmen are here. and we will await them. Drop of the puck here. We're going to get the national anthem. We'll get the drop of the puck. And this is the game everybody's kind of watching in 1AA. Farmington's a big favorite today. Lakeville South's a big favorite today. I think Lakeville North's a big favorite today. This is the one here. Two teams with winning records. The 4-5 matchup. Two teams when they're at their best can win this section. Two teams when they're not at their best can get beat by anybody. I think both of these teams fit into that mold. The Trojans and the Huskies today. They played a game before Christmas. New Prague wins that game 7-5. Watched that game back this morning to prepare and to get ready for this one. It wasn't as close as the score indicated, to be very honest with you. New Prague did control the puck. They had a heavy puck possession time, heavy offensive zone time. You heard Coach Drazen talk about Owatonna, hit on a couple of breakaways, hit on a couple of big stuff. But nuts and bolts wise, New Prague did control a lot of that hockey game. That said, one of the questions I asked in that pregame is Owatonna has substantially gotten better. They do not have a bad loss since Christmas. Their 4 worst losses were in their first 7 games of the year. This is a team that is playing better the back half of the season. And I would even go so far as it looked kind of metrics and resumes and things like that as getting prepared for the game. If you just took all the section teams from January 1st on, Owatonna's the 2 seed, most likely, with the way they finished. And that tie with Northfield really kind of resonates with that. So that's how good they've been since January 1st. You can make a valid argument that since January 1st that Owatonna has even been better than Farmington. As Farmington, obviously, their schedule got better and they lost some games at the end of the year. So New Prague is going to have to play very, very well today. Owatonna has 15 wins. That's second in the section, just behind Farmington. A 15-9-1 team. Owatonna will be wearing the blue and the black. New Prague will be skating in their reds, and just couldn't be any more excited for this one here from New Prague. Winner of tonight's game will be in Farmington Saturday night in the Section 1AA semifinal. That's where New Prague made it to last year. New Prague won their first round playoff game against Farmington on this ice. Then they went to Lakeville South and ended up losing. I don't know if it ended 2-1. I think it was 2-1. I'm not sure if they got an empty internet or not. Can't remember off the top of my head. But a 1-1 hockey game with a few minutes left in that game against Lakeville South. I truly believe what I said in the pregame interview. I think there's 5 teams that can win this section. I think there's 5 teams that not only think they can, but 5 teams believe they will win this section tournament. I know New Prague believes it. I know Owatonna believes it. And obviously both Lakeville's and Farmington as well. So this 1AA tournament is going to be excellent. There's 7 games in it. We're one of 4 games tonight in the quarterfinals. And New Prague is going to start with their top line after the anthem. When they drop the puck, it's going to be Ashley Anderson and Brigham starting for New Prague. We're going to pause for the national anthem. Enjoy this rendition. When we come back, drop of the puck. 1AA quarterfinal, New Prague and Owatonna, and it's next.
East end of the arena for this evening's national anthem. Performed tonight by Sadie Moston, New Prague High School senior.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Perfect. Let's go. We're all set, ready to go. New Prague and Owatonna, third straight season. New Prague has hosted a quarterfinal. Congrats to the Trojans on their 11-win season. Again, playing in that tough Metro West Conference, brutal Metro West Conference. New Prague comes out of it healthy, energized, ready to go. Trojans scored 9 goals in their last regular season game a week ago. Owatonna also ended their season with a win. 2 games ago, lost to Mankato West. The score that sticks out is 2 weeks exactly to the day, Owatonna tied Northfield. That game's 5-5. Northfield's one of the favorites to win it all in Class A. A really good effort for Owatonna on the road just 2 weeks ago. And talked about how impressive they have been since the new year, since it's turned to 2026. 17 minutes on the clock. New Prague, skate right to left. Love playoff hockey. Can't get enough. Puck's down, we're underway. 1AA quarterfinal. 8 teams in 1AA, 3 wins away from making the state tournament as Caden Bregeman off the forehandle, use the glass and dump it in. Something we're going to look for early is New Prague being relentless on the Owatonna D as Carson Ashley knocks his man down. Walker Anderson leaves for Caden and taken there by the Owatonna defenseman number 8, Gavin Fitch. Fitch to the line and out, jump the stick. The combined sticks of Brigham and Borwidge, and Cade will circle in his own end. Here's the senior, Cade Borwidge. New Prague has 4 of them, 4 players wearing red, whose next loss will be the last time they play hockey for New Prague. As here comes Owatonna on the breakout. Caleb Ringhofer. Ringhofer carries in, centering pass in front, and good defensive stick by Borwidge. The attempt by Cameron Molina. There's Borwidge behind his own net. Joey Closey will put his glove on it as guys come together, and the referee is going to stop things early as Borwidge and I think it was Sam Munson get hooked up a little bit. The smaller stature forward for the Huskies. In net for Owatonna, Braxton Ringhofer, sophomore netminder. Wears number 1, draws down. Here's Joey Bush. Leaving for Dorzinski. Dorzinski to the line and out, and will be fired back in, but hits the head of the Husky forward, and so that'll create an offsides, and we get another early whistle here, minute 6 in. This game will be commercial-free here today, but do want to thank all the sponsors for our regular season broadcast all season long. Today, we're just calling hockey. I'm going to tell you what's going on, tell you why it's going on, and we'll hear from head coach Brad Drazen after the first period. We'll get replays and highlights for you as deemed necessary as Riley Krochek has the puck, and he will skate in. A good job by Riley. Gets the puck deep, and that allows the forecheck Jack Fronick. Grayson Whitty forces a turnover. Pass by Bush on the stick of Fronick. His centering pass hits an Owatonna skate. Bush accepts the slash and gets it in. New Prague's going to change. Whitty goes off. Krochek fires, and he hits traffic. Shot block there. Riley Krochek takes to the forehand. He shoots it high and wide. Shot blocked by Owatonna. Benches are lively. Again, playoff games, love the stakes. Dorzinski takes the puck away from Landon Sturgis. Dorzinski sweeps on the forehand, and Joey Bush will keep in. That's a 4th or 5th touch for Bush on the shift, and New Prague will finish the change. New Prague trying to keep in as Huber and Bush come together. We're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be we're going to get a cross check. I think on Owatonna. I think New Prague's going to the power play here. We're going to get a cross check call. And it is. New Prague is going to get the man advantage first. Cross checking to Sam Munson, number 9. So first chance on the man advantage goes to New Prague here, just 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the contest. Ashley, Whitty as the draw is won by Owatonna, and And trying to spring on the break is Caleb Ringhofer. Ringhofer marked by Beckius. Beckius hauls him down. No call. Referees say play on. Owatonna bench wanted one there. And here comes Carson Ashley. This is a 4-on-2 for New Prague. On the power play, Ashley in the slot. Pass, and he fired it wide. Jackson Whitus looking there. Anderson shoots, and that's deflected in front by Ryan Lewis. Here's Whitty, Whitus, Anderson, Ashley, and Beckius. The 5-man power play for New Prague. Here an early man advantage and a good puck battle one from the Huskies. Number 17, Caleb Ringhofer, who sends the length of the ice, and New Prague will reset with 1:19 left on the cross-checking minder to Monson. Here's Ashley absorbing the hit. It's into the Owatonna end and fire down the ice. Huskies with a couple of good clears here, one halfway through the power play. New Prague's power play on the season operated at 26%. They had 20 power play goals as New Prague having some trouble on the breakout, and it's banged back in the Trojans' end by Zach Rosner. Owatonna gaining momentum here, the first minute 13 of the penalty kill. Here's Walker Anderson with speed, a ton of speed, and he's able to gain the blue line comfortably. New Prague is set up for the first time. Anderson fires, he scores! Walker Anderson on the power play, using the screen, and New Prague nets first. They lead 1-0. Take a look at the replay, and it was Walker's speed that allowed him to carry and gain the blue line, and then Owatonna really backed up, and you could see the forward get too deep there for the Huskies, and he ends up screening the goaltender. Good job by Huber and Brigham with the net front presence there, but the forward kind of got in the vision of the netminder, and Anderson with the shot scores on the power play, and New Prague leads 1-0. Here's the Huskies now in the line. So Anderson unassisted. Grayson Rue taken away. Doesn't get it deep though, and carrying back to center is Wyatt Macy. Macy goes by one, goes by another, and it will fire in. So a cross-checking call to Monson leads to the power play goal by Anderson, and New Prague leads 1-0 early on. I think New Prague's got to be careful. You don't want to take a penalty here. You know, one early cross-checking call. There wasn't a ton there, to be honest. It's one that you don't see called a lot, but I think referees, after that initial scrum, maybe trying to get a hold of it early, and they grab one, kind of grab a 50-50 one. New Prague scores. So I do think the Trojans got to be a little careful here, of an even-up one if, potentially could take place. So Anderson unassisted the call on the power play. And we'll get a offensive zone draw for the Huskies. This is Isaac Mobley against Carson Ashley. Hooks down and fired wide. Regrouping back in the neutral zone is Landon Sturgis. Ahead of Ashley. Ashley for Brigham. Brigham gains the line. Here comes Anderson forechecking against Sturgis. Brigham will force a turnover. Good pass by Caden, back for Beckius. Beckius through, and Anderson tipped it just wide, looking for another one. Good positioning by Walker. Good stick work. Good job by August getting it through, and it just missed. Borwidge pinching. Here's Anderson. A lot of good touches for Walker early. Stick save there by the netminder Ringhofer. There's a New Prague buzzing after the goal. Here's Carson Ashley. Lost handle a little bit, and Isaac Mobley will skate to center. Skate is the word, and he will dump in. Owatonna will change 4. That allows Borwidge to generate some speed. Cade up to Grayson Whitty. Whitty leaves nicely and softly. Borwidge on for Fronick, and Fronick didn't get all of it. It was a pretty good opportunity there, and New Prague has had the better of the play here early on. We are almost 6 minutes into the first. A Walker Anderson power play goal has the Trojans up 1-0. Here's Chase Cloutier keeping the puck in momentarily. Cameron Molina working there. Stalemate by the two. Owatonna takes the puck and a potential for a 2-on-1. First scoring opportunity for the Huskies, and we're going to get a whistle. The referee, I don't think they're going to call anything. I think they're just going to blow this one down, as I believe the official thought the Owatonna skater was nudged into the goaltender. As you can see here on the replay, This was actually the last opportunity by New Prague as Anderson misses wide. As Walker Anderson been very, very dangerous the first 6 minutes. Quality touches for 21 in red. Yeah, and I see the referee talking with Coach Drazen as a referee saying that our player, New Prague's player, knocked the Huskies forechecker into the netminder. Referees blow it dead. No penalty as Owatonna comes in. That was the first save for Closey. That's ripped high and wide. Opportunity there by number 18, Zach Rosner. Huskies have not had much zone time in the first 7 minutes, but they have some now. There's Joey Bush working there, and Grayson Rue takes the puck. Cruz attempted pass for Keenan Huber is picked off, though, and Owatonna will counterattack. Bush knocks his man off the puck, and Joey will skate ahead. Joey width of the rink to Jackson Whitus. Whitus looked for Rue, but stick wasn't down, and Owatonna will take the puck. Banged on the forehand, but Carson Ashley now has some time and space along the wall. Puts it between Rosner's legs. The stick handling of Carson Ashley on display. Riley Krochek through. Cross-check to the ice was Grayson Rue, shaken up a little bit. That was a blatant two-hand cross-check through the shoulder blades. Play on, and Tyler Applin back in his own end. Applin for Krochek. Krochek looking for Ashley. Picked off, though, by the Huskies, and Ryan Lewis will backhand in. 9:45 to play in the first period. 1-0 power play goal for New Prague in the 4th minute. Huskies win the puck battle, and we're going to get a face-off. I think the net's off. It's post, so we'll get a face-off here with 9:33 remaining. Here is that 2-on or potential for an odd man break for Owatonna. You see the blocker save by Joey Closey. Pretty good energy and effort by the New Prague second and third players back to take away the recipient. That forced the shooter to shoot. Closey on his angle makes the save, his only save so far in the first 6.5. Here's Jack Fronick, freshman forward for New Prague. Will get the puck deep. First on the forecheck is Dorzinski. Good hit by Owen, supported by Whitty, and that's going to allow Dorzo to take the puck. And the Owatonna, though, will take it away, and the tall defenseman Wyatt Macy makes a really nice pass for Caleb Ringhofer. Ringhofer, as Beckius knocks him down. His ice is slippery. Forward on the rush, falling down, and Beckius has the puck here. A goal. August trying to play the puck to himself and does a good job recovering. Looked like a dangerous play right away, as that puck is sent down the ice, and it is going to be not on goal, so we'll go for an icing, and New Prague will have to thwart off a defensive zone draw here with 8:45 remaining in the first period. After period number 1, head coach Brad Drazen will join me. We'll try to get some first period replays or highlights for you. And hopefully we get a couple more New Prague tallies. Draw is down. This was Keenan Huber on the draw. And it comes back into the Owatonna end. Since the goal, the Huskies have played better. And this is Gavin Fitch. Absorbs the hit from Huber, but takes a hit to make a play. Nice job by him. Jackson Caff, his rink-wide pass actually going to be icing. They say didn't gain the red line. As the intended pass for Zach Klecker, excuse me. Just missed. Offensive zone draw for New Prague. And you're going to see New Prague makes a quick line change here on the offensive zone draw to get the Ashley Anderson Brigham line back on the ice. Riley Krochek, Joey Bush, the defenseman. Ashley will take the draw against Grady Roush. Like New Prague, a pretty young Owatonna team as well. A lot of the names with the puck touches early, sophomores and juniors for Owatonna, and that puck's fired in by Ryan Lewis. Lewis gets it deep, and now Riley Krochek has there. Krochek, stick handling and skating strongly. Riley, pretty good play for Walker Anderson, who gets the puck deep and allows Brigham in on the forecheck. First one there is Brigham. Ashley, though, behind the back pass to Husky, and Owatonna will attempt the breakout. Here's Landon Sturgis. Sturgis did not get the puck deep. Play by Applin. New Prague tries to turn the puck up, but Owatonna will take over at their blue line. A couple of neutral zone turnovers. Good stick there by Carson Ashley, and Ashley will get it deep, and actually as deep as you can get it without scoring into the netminder's glove. Save by Ringhofer. Whistle stoppage, 7:40 to play in period 1. If you're just joining us, we've just had one penalty, a cross-checking penalty by Owatonna, proved costly. On the back half of the power play, Walker Anderson threw a screen, unassisted, is the lone tally. New Prague wins the offensive zone faceoff. Dorzinski, Fronick, and Whitty, the forward trio for New Prague. Has a good clean hit by Tyler Applin, who knocks Isaac Mobley off the puck. Grayson Whitty at his own end. Nice soft play to Chase Cloutier. Good pass by Chase to Applin, and a great breakout by New Prague. Excellent 3 passes, and Grayson Whitty put himself off sides, I think, a little bit, as he had just a little bit trouble accepting the puck. But very, very good play by New Prague. Play on their own end. Whitty back to Cloutier. Cloutier across to, I believe, Applin, and a really good cross-ice pass to the neutral zone for Whitty, and it just offsides to thwart a scoring opportunity. Owatonna trying to clear their own zone, have the puck here, and skating fluidly to center is Zach Rosner. Rosner pass to the wing, fires, and then Closey with the save. Pretty good job by Zach Rosner. A strong, well-built defenseman for Owatonna leading that rush. Pretty nice play there by the defenseman. Closey on his angle. Second save for Joey. Huber on the defensive zone draw. And Zach Klecker draw one cleanly by Owatonna. Here's Roser. Roser fires in the same type of shot as the rush. Angle the same, result the same. Closey 3 for 3, and we'll get another face-off in the New Prague zone. Owatonna won that one cleanly, and they do win this one as well. As that puck's, I lost it a little bit. That backhand didn't get much of it, was Jackson Kath. And here's Grayson Rue. Rue, his pass is picked off. Braden Spindler with the play, and the Huskies will get it deep. Here's Borwidge. Borwidge on his forehand. August Beckius. Beckius 4, but I know that's Rosner, who's been on the ice forever. Back to the point and out. It jumps the stick of the defenseman Landon Sturgis, so Owatonna will backhand back in. They will change, and Borwidge lugging the puck in his own zone. Good pass for Beckius. Flipped nicely for Anderson. Walker's got some left wing speed again. Anderson holding, wheeling, circling. Riley keeps in, and Owatonna's got a breakaway. Here is Caleb Ringhofer. Oh no, he hit the post. Here, hit the crossbar. Ringhofer hits the crossbar. Boy, I thought it was in. We'll take a look at that on the replay if we got that for you here momentarily. The breakaway, just a tough play, high in the Owatonna zone, as Ashley knocks his man down. As the best scoring opportunity for Owatonna hits the crossbar, we stay 1-0. As the goaltender plays it, the old referee blows it down. Even though they were the next to play it, when it's the goaltender, you'll blow that down for the hand pass. Here's that breakaway, and it did. It hit the bottom of the crossbar. Good shot by Ringhofer. Had Closey beat, and it's found a way to stay out. So New Prague gets their first break as Caleb Ringhofer sent in alone. Second leading point man, 9-goal, 15-assist guy is Caleb Ringhofer. So a talented kid with the puck on his stick, just missed. I think the net's off again. We'll get a face-off in the New Prague zone. Yeah, I think the first 3 minutes, all New Prague. I really like the start for New Prague. And then they got the goal. Then it's been even-ish since then. Owatonna's kind of absorbed that first push and playing even hockey since then. I think New Prague's puck management's been pretty good, other than that last play that sprung the breakaway. Probably an ill-advised pass back to that left point man, put him in a tough spot. And give Owatonna credit as that puck actually hit the skate of the referee. So it does stay in because of that. Isaac Mobley with the hit. Here's Borwidge. Cade holding. Nice play by the captain defenseman. Borwidge drew two forecheckers and still made the good play onto the stick of his teammate. I think Borwidge has had a solid first. Beckius back for Borwidge. I think they've had pretty good chemistry here. The passing between them has been excellent in the first. Tape to tape all the time. Whitty below the dot. Grayson wide. Good hand choice there to protect the puck. And it comes off the wall with it. And still has the puck. Well, look at this effort by Grayson Whitty. How many defensemen? Just a master class in puck possession there. And Jack Fronic's going to get it deep. New Prague will change the defenseman and Whitty, who probably needs it after lugging the puck for 30 seconds against three defensemen. Huskies will break out. There's 4 minutes left to play in the first. Fired in off the glass. And Fronic absorbing the hit and trying to catch Owatonna in a change. 2-on-2 with ice to work with. Torzinski fires and off the blocker. Braxton Ringhofer. There's Rue working against his man. Cloutier going forward makes a nice play. Jackson Whitus hasn't had the puck a ton. That was just his second touch of the period. Owatonna chips off the glass, comes back to center. Again, I have the Huskies only for 2 scoring chances in the first 13 and a half minutes. Glove down there. Huber knocks his man down cleanly. Here's Grayson Rue. Cross, and Jackson Whitus just had the puck, missed the backhand there. Really good choice to pass there by Rue. It would have been a tap in, but just missed. Here's Keenan Huber. Huber kicks the puck to himself, absorbs a hook. Great pass for Apple, and he fires, and Ringhofer up to the task. His best save of the period. Play opening up here a little bit. And a couple of nice plays in tight by New Prague. And one of the things I love about Keenan Huber's game is his puck retrieval, second to none on the Trojans team. When he wants to go get the puck, he wins. Riley Krocek fires through. That hits defenseman on the way through. We're under 3 minutes to play in the first. Trojans lead 1-0. Shots on goal just 6-3, but events are picking up a little bit. As here come the Huskies. They're dangerous. They fire, and Closey makes the save. As twice now the Huskies have been behind the New Prague defenseman. Closey with a couple of saves on this shift. The Huskies are coming, and that's chip to center. Landon Sturgis on the forehand. Owatonna's starting to win more puck battles than New Prague would like. 2.5 to play in the first. Here is Anderson. He is the goal scorer on the power play. And the Huskies now, this is Sam Munson to the line. Bush through, deflected. New Prague's dangerous. It's in the slot. And Munson will skate away with it. Riley Krocek fires in. It's like I guess Brigham's shaken up just a little bit on the play. As under 2 to play in the first. Owatonna gains the blue. Monson pass back as he fires, and I think a deflection right at the end into the netting. Huskies playing a little more speed here the back half of the period, and their chances increasing because of it. Shots on goal now 7-5. That was good physicality there by Huber, and that was Grayson Rue. Boy, a pretty good job with the head up. You know, some people might say shoot that one. I like the idea. That's a potential tap in there. There's a good pass for Whitty. Hits him in stride. Grayson's going to stop. So towards the net, and Ringhofer with the left glove save. Jack Fronic making a beeline for that back post. Winner advances Saturday night, 48 hours from now in Farmington, 7 o'clock. Other half of the bracket, the favorites are the Lakevilles, south and north, the 2 and the 3 seeds. Owatonna wins the draw, and skating wide is Jackson Kath, and a good sweep check by Borwidge. Good first period by 18 in red. And now the Huskies should be offsides, and it is. As the linesman blows it down, we'll get a whistle and a stoppage. 82 seconds left in period number 1. And New Prague's used that one, from their own blue line across the red line, going rink wide. And their passing accuracy has been good. I think it's allowed them to play with some speed. And New Prague's carried the puck up the left wing consistently with speed and time and space. Huber wins this draw. And Joey Bush on the forehand to Tyler Applin. Applin looking for Rue, but picked off, though, by the defenseman. Stepping up was Landon Sturgis. And New Prague now turns the Huskies over, but not able to do a ton with that. As the Huskies will flip to their own blue, chip to center. First man back, those Tyler Applin. We're under a minute to play in the first. 1-0 New Prague. Bush for Huber. Huber for Rue. Nice pass by Grayson. Hits Joey Bush in rhythm, and Joey does not elect to shoot. He's going to fire it hard around. And Owatonna with the first touch of that is going to nullify a high stick. Good strength by Jackson Whitus. Hits Anderson in stride. Walker across, and that's deflected. Good stick check there, I think, by Ryan Lewis. Beckius through, past the glove. Whitus, centering pass, but New Prague in the midst of a change with 15 to go. Borwich on the forehand, gets it deep. New Prague will tag up. Last 10 seconds of the period. Beckius thwarts the home run try. 3 seconds left. Walker, trail, Borwich, Beckius, and maybe one pass too many. Horn blows. New Prague leads 1-0 after one. A entertaining last half of the first. Let's take a look at some first period highlights. Give us just a moment to get set, and then we'll have head coach Brad Drazen join us here after period one. A good hockey period. New Prague leads 1-0. They outshoot Owatonna 8-5, and Walker Anderson, the lone goal, power play marker at the 4-minute mark. Here are some of the first period highlights. As New Prague controlled a lot of the action early. And really the first 3 or 4 minutes controlled by the team in the red. There's a pretty good line rush there. Again, as soon as head coach Drazen comes, we will we'll dump the replays and highlights and hear from the coach. And New Prague does get rewarded on the power play, and here is that goal as Walker Anderson using the screen. I just think the Owatonna forward got too deep here and gave Anderson too much time and space. Owatonna a little out of sorts on that penalty kill, and Anderson, the sniper, labeled there using the screen. Ringhofer didn't have much of a chance there on the well-placed shot. After the power play goal, though, I do think Owatonna responded, and I do think the period was even-ish after that. As we do have head coach Brad Drazen joining us now, so we're going to dump the first period highlights. Coach, playoff hockey, it's different, it's fun. Do you like a lot of what you saw in the first?
Yeah, I think it kind of went in waves. I think there was times where we attacked and we're going to go, and we were really hard, and it was good. And then times I think we kind of got a little bit either, loose mentally or just kind of asleep, kind of watching things, and they snuck behind us a few times. So, Joey came up with a big save on the breakaway, and so we'll see if we can battle back here.
You guys, just the one penalty, you guys go on the power play. You really didn't have much going on. Really, Owatonna, their kill was really good that first 80 seconds, but Walker Anderson shows when he has time and space how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, and really, we want him to shoot the puck, and he shot the puck, but it started out, it doesn't happen without a good net presence and a good screen in front where the goalie didn't see it, I don't think. And, there's some things to like, too. I want us to go to the net more.
Okay. One guy, maybe the best period I think he's had all year, watching Cade Borowicz was wonderful in that period. I think he and August Beckius had really good chemistry. I don't know if Cade had a bad play there. He's just solidifies your back end, and I as a senior, you could tell he's ready for playoff hockey.
Yeah, he's got 4 years of experience in playoff hockey. He's a 3-sport athlete. There's not a situation that he hasn't seen or a pressure he hasn't felt. So, yeah, he's just the last month he's just been somehow finding another level in his game. It's been good.
Coach, last thing, I know you talked about pregame and even mentioned it there, but Owatonna, the best chances they had is they do have a couple of guys, they like to leak guys out, and they look for that home run. Second period now, the long change, will that be an emphasis in the room before coming out?
Yeah, I think it's just something we're going to have to be aware of. I think, we've seen that style of game with a lot of our opponents that we've played, and so I think, it's something that we're ready for. I think we'll look to maybe move the puck up the wall, up the glass a little bit more, because they're coming hard, but I think if we can get it behind them, that'll be a good thing for us.
Coach, thanks again for joining us. A good first period. Let's go get them.
All right, thanks.
That's head coach Brad Drays, and again, he doesn't have to do that. He does not have to join us there after the period, but good to get his thoughts. He's going to head to the room now, and again, really consistent thoughts with kind of what we're saying up here in the booth is New Prague off to a real good start, and maybe a little lax. A couple of spots there where Owatonna had, it looked like a 2-on-1 for a little bit, and then they spring the breakaway, and the Ringhofer hits the crossbar. I think New Prague got a little bit better towards the end of the period. The last 2 or 3 minutes was kind of for the Trojans as well. So good start. Pretty even in the middle, and then I think New Prague finished pretty good that last 90 seconds. So that's where we're at. Trojans lead 1-0. We're going to take a break now, and we'll kind of rest up, grab some water. We'll put the intermission screen on, and then when we come back, we'll have second period of action for you. 1AA quarterfinals. New Prague leads after 1-0 back in 8 to 10 minutes. You're watching Trojans boys hockey. welcome back here as the Zamboni is finished up. We're just 3 minutes away from puck drop period number 2. New Prague and Owatonna from First Bank and Trust Arena here in New Prague. Winner will advance to the section semifinals. That'll be played Saturday night, 7 o'clock, against either Farmington or Austin. That is the 1-8 matchup. Couple of scores around the section. Lakeville South and Rochester Mayo, the 2-7 matchup. They're knotted up at 1. That's midway through the first period. South and Mayo 1-1. Interesting score. Lakeville North leads Rochester Century 1-0. And haven't got recent update of the Farmington-Austin game 0-0 last we heard. But the South, Mayo 1-1 early. An interesting score. This one's 1-0 New Prague, a Walker Anderson power play goal. Right about the 4-minute mark in the first period. Unassisted, as Walker Anderson had the puck for a long time. Skating with speed from his own, from just outside of his own blue line. Came with so much speed that Owatonna really backed off, being shorthanded as Munson was in the box for cross-checking. Anderson then buying time with the screen. Keenan Huber was in front. I don't know if Whitty was the other one in front or not. I can't remember off the top of my head. But New Prague had good net front presence. Anderson saw that the goaltender was screened and just a whistling wrister, well labeled. And Anderson on the board, his 20th goal of the season. This one on the power play, the only power play of the hockey game so far. New Prague 1-for-1. Anderson's 20th unassisted at or near the 4-minute mark. Still awaiting both teams to come out of their locker rooms. Shots on goal in the first period, New Prague 8, Owatonna 5. New Prague had the majority of the puck possession time. They had the majority of the zone time. They did lead in shots. They did lead in scoring chances. But Owatonna did have had the best scoring chance in the period, as junior Caleb Ringhofer, second leading point man for the Huskies, was alone on the breakaway from the red line in. Had Joey Closey beat, but hits the crossbar and did not get a fortunate bounce after that. Puck stayed out. Closey with a 5-save shutout in the first, and that kept the score 1-0, which is where we're at now. Long change period. You heard me talk about it with head coach Brad Drazen. Owatonna is leaking players. They are looking for that long one. They hit on a couple of those in the first matchup in December. It's got to be part of what they're trying to do here in period number 2 to get this game tied. We'll see if there's any change defensively for New Prague with how aggressive those back pillars will be. I thought Borwich had a great period. I don't know if anybody really had a bad period. For New Prague, kind of looking up and down the, Rue and Whitus just missed. That line had a good scoring opportunity. Grayson Whitty has won a lot of wall battles for New Prague in that first period. And one shift especially sticks out. As nothing came of that, but New Prague has played three lines and played them pretty evenly. I think at least one time I noticed on an offensive zone draw, Huber's line got a short shift there, so New Prague could come back with that top line on an offensive zone draw. We're all set to go. Long change period. Ashley Roush, 1-0 Trojans. Here we go. Both teams full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Puck's fired in by Ryan Lewis. Closey leaves there, and Lewis and Borwidge collide sticks. Puck pops into the netting. A early whistle 11 seconds in. This is the 4-5 matchup, Section 1AA. Owatonna coming into the game with 15 wins, 15-9-1. And the 5 seed draw one that fired, and that goes just wide off the deflection of the attempt by Zach Rosner from his left point spot, and that's flutter ride, and Borwidge now takes the puck. Here's Cade Borwidge. His pass is picked off momentarily. Borwidge springs Anderson, who's in alone, and It's in! Anderson from Borwidge. New Prague leads 2-0. I think the Huskies defenseman just fell asleep there a little bit. That's the wrong guy. Anderson second, goes 5-hole. In alone. Assist to Borwidge at 31 seconds. New Prague leads 2-0. Draws down an early strike for New Prague, so Owatonna had pretty good puck possession. And then Borwidge wins the puck and springs Anderson. And here is Isaac Mobley. So Mobley and Dorzinski. Dorzinski falls down. Krocek shoves his man in the ball. I think Riley's going to go for cross-checking here. I think Krocek's going to go for cross-checking. Owatonna is going to be on the power play with 54 seconds into the frame. I think it's Krocek. I'm pretty sure. And it is going to be Krocek for cross-checking, and Owatonna will get their first chance on the man advantage here. So a lot of action here in the first minute. Anderson second of the game from Borwidge makes it 2-0, and now Owatonna on the power play. Draw one cleanly by the Huskies, and Anderson picks off the attempted pass by Wyatt Macy and fires it down the ice. Have a start of the period, Walker Anderson. And here come the Huskies. And a pretty good passing play there to hit Roosh with speed. Really like 18 and then black. And the puck's fired down the ice as Owatonna with a quick change on the power play is actually shaken up a little bit was Wyatt Macy. And the Huskies will regroup 30 seconds in. Here come the Huskies. And they actually pass the puck back to center, and they'll have to tag up. Roosh for Ringhofer. Caleb, a good stick handling there by Ringhofer, buying some time. Backhand pass on the forehand into the slot. Here are the Huskies trying to establish themselves. Roosh, other point. Gavin Fitch fires, and Posey steers it into the corner. Puck jumps on Keenan a little bit, and so now Owatonna has the puck back. Roosh pass, tough one to handle though for Ringhofer. Borwidge on the forehand, and Whitty tries to play to himself. Roosh keeps in for the time being, and fired now back to center by Beckius. 43 seconds left of the cross-checking minor on Krocek. Borwidge picks off the pass. Okay, Borwidge all on his lonesome. Drops for Whitty, and Whitty fires the puck deep. Cade will change. Last rush for Owatonna on the power play. No shots on goal for the Huskies on this man advantage. And good skates by Anderson. Pass just misses Munson. Bush on the forehand will fire back into the Huskies' end. 10 seconds left on the Krocek minor. There's Roosh looking for Munson. And Tyler Applin with the play back to center. Anderson on the warpath there a little bit. He's got 2 goals already and playing with a lot of confidence. Krocek's on. New Prague with a good kill. A great kill, actually, as Owatonna never dangerous. As here comes, we're going to get a hand pass by New Prague as Anderson playing with all sorts of speed here early on in the second. We have played 3 minutes and 3 seconds. New Prague, a power play goal by Walker Anderson in the first. A even strength goal by Anderson on the breakaway here early in the second. Trojans lead 2-0. Each team's had 1 power play. New Prague scored on theirs. Owatonna shotless and chanceless on theirs. As that puck's wheeled towards the net, but a good job by a couple of New Prague defensemen. Joey Bush comes away with the puck. Good strength by Joey and his Jackson Waitis in rhythm. 3-on-2 for New Prague, and Jackson just had a hard time handling it as New Prague had a pretty good scoring opportunity brewing, but Jackson unable to get the puck to settle. Leads to an offsides. And we'll get a neutral zone face-off here for New Prague. Center is here's a Borwidge. Hooked that a little bit, looking for Rue. And here comes Owatonna, counter-attacking past the red line. There's Monson, goes by Borwich, a shot, save, rebound in front. The puck's laying there. It's under Rue. And there's Wojtas, Jackson Wojtas. Grayson Rue. Grayson's got to get it deep. Couldn't get the puck to corral, though. And Owatonna has the puck. Trailing by 2 goals. It's a good pass for Isaac Mobley, and Mobley, the senior forward, will bang in. Owatonna full sail change. Beckius, Borwich, Dorzinski ends up running into a man. That's just 2 guys running into each other. Didn't know each other was there. No harm, no foul. Grayson Whitty, time and space, tried to go short side over the blocker. Comes all the way out to center. Bush with the race against the Husky player, and a good job by Bush, at least creating a stalemate. As that looked dangerous against Zach Klecker. Here come the Huskies. Behind the New Prague net. Right point. As a falling down was the Owatonna player Jackson Kath, looking for Jack Fronick. Puck rolled off his stick, back to center. Dorzinski back for Krocek. There's Riley Krocek. Great off the toe of Grayson Whitty's stick. They're going to wave off icing. It's actually going to come right on net as Closey will leave for Bush. Bush's pass fails to click. Puck's fired in into the right catching mitt and laid softly for Krocek. Jack Fronick with the puck, gets the puck out of his zone. And now Dorzinski and Anderson, and just see the speed that Walker Anderson's playing with. Here comes Riley Krocek back in his own end with Caleb Ringhofer. The 2 guys come together. Ringhofer puts Riley into the boards. A 4-man scrum here as the Krocek's being hooked this entire play as the stick's in the crook of the left arm. Referees say play on, and here comes Caleb Brigham with Walker Anderson. As Brigham's pass, maybe hang on to it 1 stride too much, and Owatonna offsides on a counter-attacking 3-on-1. So not great puck management there by New Prague. Leads to an odd man, and a fortunate offsides leads to a whistle. To let everyone know, we're having a little glitch with the replays right now. That's why we weren't able to see Walker's second goal, but we'll keep working on that, and hopefully we get that amended for period 3. Here is Tyler Applin, and Applin will go use the glass. As a puck comes into the New Prague bench. Whistle stoppage, 11:10 to play second period. Yeah, watching Walker's going good, when Anderson's going good, and he's able to play with this kind of speed, even without the puck. Just a relentless, whether it's on the penalty kill or the forecheck, playing with a lot of confidence. 21 in red, has both New Prague goals. They lead 2-0. As Tyler Appam will fire in. I think it hit somebody on the New Prague bench. So we'll get another neutral zone draw. A bunch of whistles creeping up here in the 6th minute. And we'll get a face-off at center ice. The 2 guys who started the game, Roush and Ashley, will do it again from the center dot. So New Prague leads 2-0. Here's Walker Anderson. Anderson towards the goal. Braxton Ringhoff for the save, sophomore netminder. He's been in the Owatonna net most of the season. I don't think he played particularly well in that regular season game with New Prague, but nothing to be ashamed of the 2 New Prague goals so far in this game. That was a wicked wrister by Anderson through a screen, and a breakaway by New Prague's best players. Anderson looking for his the hat trick. Is dangerous once again, is on the rebound. Here is Carson Ashley looking for Brigham in front, who was knocked down momentarily. Picked off by Ryan Lewis. Lewis skating to center, cross the blue. Knocked down by a back-checking Brigham. And Carson Ashley with the last one. I think Borwich is going to join the rush. His last legs is Carson Ashley trying to Anderson in rhythm. Walker picked it off, but a poke check by Braxton Ringhofer. Got to give the goaltender credit. That was a hard read because it happened and developed so quickly, but Ringhofer's instincts took over. A sprawling poke check keeps the game 2-0. Owatonna will ice the puck. And New Prague's has got the replays back here. You can see Walker Anderson just wanted the puck a little bit more than the Huskies defenseman there, as Carson Ashley flipped in the air for him, and give the goaltender a lot of credit for the poke check. And his defenseman coming back and sweeping the puck out of harm's way. Huber Whitus Rue, the forward unit for New Prague. Shots on goal just 3-1 for the period. You know, most Trojan games, the shots on goals for and against a little higher. Not seeing a ton of shots on net. Chances relatively comparable to most regular season games. You know, there hasn't been an abundant of them, but we're definitely not going 4 or 5 minutes without them. As you can see, Anderson's Walker's try for his third. Owatonna taking the puck off the draw cleanly. Battled for in the neutral zone. Back to center ice, taken there by Wyatt Macy. Macy fires in. Closey trying to leave for Krocek and does. Good stick handling by Riley Krocek, who banks it to Grayson Rue. Late developing 3-on-2. Rue wide. Good shot selection. A left pad save by the netminder. As Grayson Rue looking for the goal. That puck's saved as well by Ringhofer on the attempt by Joey Bush. 9:10 to play, second period. New Prague leads 2-0. Puck's fought for. Pretty good stick handling there by Zach Klecker. Deft touch by him. Bush for Whitus. Whitus for Dorzinski, and it rolled on him as New Prague had a 2-on-1 opportunity, but the puck didn't settle. A couple times that's happened to the Trojans. Grayson Whitty takes the puck right away. Whitty's dangerous, straight to the net, and Ringhofer will put the glove on it. Nice defense work by the last man back for Owatonna. And I think that was Cameron Molina, wearing 13 in black. See that late developing 3-on-2 as Grayson Rue elects to shoot it as the Huskies hustle back. I actually like the choice by Grayson here, and I like where he put it. He put it where the rebound would come up the slot and into a high danger area as Tyler Applin sends towards the net, but that's knocked down. And here comes Molina out to center, and falling down there was the Owatonna forward. As Whitty does a good job not taking a penalty there. He laid off there. You can see some growth there by Grayson Whitty. The Owatonna player was in a dangerous area, and here comes Grayson wide. And as puck's laying there, and it's still laying in the slot, and we're going to get a whistle. And what whistle is that? He's got to let that, referee's got to let that one play out, as the puck's clearly not covered up. And pretty good rush by Grayson Whitty to finish that thought, though, as I think that's a play that Grayson might take a penalty early in the year, whether it's cross-check or boarding. Is Isaac Mobley in a vulnerable area, and you can see Grayson think that one through and not want to put his team shorthanded, and actually rewarded for it. Ends up with a good scoring opportunity and 2 shots on goal for 7 in red. 8:07 to play, second period. New Prague leads 2-0. As Ashley's pass picked off by Landon Sturgis. Good stick by Landon. And here's Applin. Owatonna changing. Applin springing Walker, and they're going to say Anderson touched it, so no icing. Here's Walker Anderson for Cade Borwidge, left point. Borwidge. Brigham knocked off the puck by Grady Roche. Borwidge with some time. Beckius, right point. August buying time. Across for Cade. Dot. Ashley, backhand saucer to August. Carson Ashley, bomb! And big save by Ringhofer. Rebound by Anderson. Nice pass for Ashley, and they score. What a great series of plays by New Prague. Carson Ashley with the goal. The patience and the passing, and New Prague with a highlight reel team goal here to make it 3-0. No, Anderson for Ashley to finish that. But all the guys touched it. Brigham doing work in the front. The other 4 guys doing a nice job moving the puck, not hitting shot blockers. Ashley on the goal. Anderson will get the first assist. We'll listen for the second. Don't know if Brigham got a touch on that as the puck was in front of the net or not. But New Prague leads 3-0. And here come the Huskies, and looked like it was going wide, but Zach Klecker with the shot attempt. So Ashley's 12th. And Borwidge is second assist. So Ashley from Anderson and Borwidge. 3-point night for Ashley, 2 points for Borwidge, and Ashley is 12th goal of the season. And New Prague leading 3-0. That's sent, that's right, oh, they got one. Huskies respond. And Owatonna with some life. It's their first offensive zone draw. And from a bad angle. Let's see if it hit anyone in front. Boy, I don't know if Joey made the save and it hit Riley's right skate potentially. One that Joey wants to have. So Owatonna answers the Ashley goal with one of their own. First assist will be to 8, Gavin Fitch. As here's Riley Krocek with the puck. So 3-1 New Prague. Hits Dorzinski in rhythm. Dorzinski for Joey Bush. Bush on the forehand to Whitty. So that goal will read Braden Spindler on the goal from Gavin Fitch. And Zach Klecker is a pretty good hit by Joey Bush in his own end, knocking down number 13, Cameron Molina. Here's Grayson Whitty. Whitty for Fronick, and Fronick had the puck jump on him. Owatonna's going to counterattack. They have numbers. Here's Rosner, and actually the Huskies elect to change. Pretty good stick handling there by Krocek. Good support by Fronick, and Dorzinski's going to take the puck. 6 minutes to play in the second period. New Prague leads 3-1. Goals in the period, Anderson and Ashley for New Prague, and Braden Spindler for Owatonna. Here come the Huskies back, and Closey eats that one up. Shots on goal in the period, 10-3 now. That was just the third one for Owatonna. As you see the hit by Joey Bush in the corner. Ashley on the defensive draw here for the Trojans. 5:48 to play, second period. There's August Beckius, his own end for Borwidge. Those two have played pretty good catch together in the game so far. Pass, Ashley does a good job letting it go so he can play the puck in rhythm. Huskies to the line, nod out. Brigham through, right pad save. Good job by Caden waiting for the screen. This top line has been buzzing for New Prague. When they've been on the ice, they have been dangerous every shift. Here is Gavin Fitch. Fitch taking the puck to center. Brigham tries to knock him off the puck. Onside is Owatonna. And the second pass didn't get through. Anderson now at the red line, and the defenseman did not go forward. And that was Jace Lane. Here's Anderson, short side off the outside of the post. As a really good save there on Jackson Waitis by Braxton Ringhofer. As New Prague very, very, very dangerous. And you see Brigham as he let Waitis go through. It was a pretty good, pretty smart shot there too. Timing was good, selection was good. And Trojans buzzing here, 13-3 shots on goal in the second. And New Prague looking like the better hockey team in the game. Oh, tip just wide is Bush's attempt for Waitis. Huber, short side, they score! New Prague makes it 4-1. Keenan Huber. It's going to be from Bush. That puck's hammered behind the net by Joey. Whoever took the face, actually just going to be one assist. I think it's going to be Huber from Bush. And New Prague leads 4-1. Good response by New Prague. All right, Owatonna gets kind of their first life. They get a goal, and then, you know, the Trojans get a really good shift by the top line, and then that line was buzzing until they scored. So Huber the goal. Okay. As there's Fronic fires, and he shoots it wide. They announced the assist, but I don't think they got the assist right because Joey Bush has the first assist for sure on the slap shot wide. But there's a Whitty through, hit the skate. As it's 4-1 here, New Prague, and they're buzzing as the puck eludes Joey Bush, comes back to center. Here's Tyler Applin. Applin will fire in, should be icing. I don't think Tyler gained the red. Referee, linesman sees it correctly, blows it down, and the faceoff will be in the New Prague end. We're going with Huber from Bush on the fourth New Prague goal to make it 4-1. Good response by New Prague. They're doing so much right, so many contributions from so many guys. And they've been the better hockey team. Borwidge for Anderson, and Anderson touches neatly as it allows Brigham to come in on the forecheck with good timing, and he delivers a hit, delivers the second one there. The Huskies bang to center. Here is Beckius, the fluttering puck. Borwidge will settle it down and hits the tape of Carson Ashley. Ashley wide, and Ringhoff for the save. As Anderson skates through the tower. And an offensive zone draw for the Trojans here with 3:28 left. In period number 2. Top line on the ice. Looking for a knockout punch here, up 4-1. Again, winner plays the Farmington-Oster winner Saturday night. There's a stripped there. Nice combination by Anderson and Ashley to force a turnover. The pass for Borwidge. Borwidge through, deflected. As New Prague is just making so many good plays. Anderson for Borwidge. Borwidge accepts on the backhand. The forehand gets the puck deep. Brigham hits his man, Borwidge at the point. Tough pass there by Cade. He kind of panicked a little bit, and looking at Ringhoffer through, and he's knocked down. Pretty good recovery there as New Prague's going to want to manage the puck a little bit better with the lead as Cade accepts the hit there. Coming together with Ringhoffer and Ryan Lewis. Owatonna is dangerous back. Wrist shot, and Closey with the glove save on the wide rush by the captain center, Grady Roche. 4-1 New Prague. That was a late developing 2-on-1. New Prague forward took a couple of strides off there and did allow Owatonna to be dangerous. So give the New Prague netminder a save, good save as Closey. He's made a couple of saves after the tough one that Owatonna got. Here's Grayson Rue. Huber interfered with. No call. Bush below the goal line. So New Prague staying aggressive with their defensemen still. Good pass by Keenan for Rue. Rue back for Krochek. Riley buying time towards the net. Just missed for Wojtas. Keenan Huber, the goal scorer, on his forehand. Put Joey in a tough spot. Pretty good hand-eye coordination by Joey Bush. Keep the play alive. And that pass by Wojtas was off the mark. That was going to be a real hard one for the left-handed stick of Joey Bush to accept. Good hustle back, though. Owatonna has the puck. Time and space on the wall, and the puck kind of got buried in the boards. And really tough play by Jackson Cat there. New Prague will send Whitty with speed. Whitty looking for the trailer. It's off. And that's going to be a hand pass. It hit Borwidge's glove onto Franic's glove. And with 1:39 to play in the second, we get a whistle and a stoppage. Good hustle back by Borwidge and Beckius there. And a good job by the official to not overreact to that action. No penalty there, no infraction. As the Huskies player fell down. And 4-1 New Prague. Off the draw, this is Gavin Fitch. Fitch, the defenseman for Owatonna. Fronick and Beckius working against those three, and Jack got the puck out to center. Good pass by August, hits Whitty. Grayson Whitty's had the puck a lot on his stick in this game, and that puck's sent through to Fronick. Misses Jack's stick and goes on net. Saved by Ringhofer, and the shots on goal adding up for New Prague. 18 of them now in period 2 to 4 for the Huskies. Top line once again, their last shift of the period. They have been uber dangerous. Just about every shift. There's a good support by Brigham, hits Borwidge. Borwidge for Beckius. Beckius goes by his man, his shot off the blocker, rebound, and Anderson, I think he knocked, the referee weighs it off. I think even if the puck crossed the line, they're gonna say Walker hit it with a high stick. So regardless, it either didn't cross the line or it crossed it, and we're gonna wave it down with the high stick. As Beckius shot opportunity from a bad angle, but put it on net. And boy, that puck did stay out. There's a pretty good save by Ringhofer. 19th shot on goal for New Prague, who has just gotten better and better. The depth and speed of the Trojans on display here. Referee's talking about, I think this is about where the face-off should be. Should it be here or out to center? He's going to say it's here. So 1:08 to play second period. Once again, it's 4-1 New Prague. 2 goals for Walker Anderson. A goal for Carson Ashley and Keenan Huber. And here comes Carson Ashley. Good stick, though, by Roche. Best player in Owatonna today has been 18. Zach Rosner, the sophomore defenseman for Owatonna, has jumped off the sheet of ice to me anyway. Here's Beckius in his own end. August does get the puck safely to center, and that's going to be fired back in to laid offside. It went on net. Referees say play on those. Owatonna in the midst of touching up. 30 seconds to play, period 2. New Prague leads 4-1. Here's Brigham. Caden for Carson Ashley. Ashley looking for Anderson. Just can't believe how much space Owatonna has allowed Walker Anderson to operate in this game. Borwidge back in his own end. 9 seconds left. Cade, the smooth, strong skater. Borwidge, bam, and they score! Whitus from Borwidge, as Owatonna defense just kept backing up, and they allowed Borwidge, who again, I think shot selection has been so good for New Prague from these bad angles. Put the puck at a spot where a rebound may come. Whitus on the goal, Borwidge on the assist, and New Prague leads 5-1. That's Whitus from Borwidge, and New Prague, it's been all Trojans here in the second. There's a referee and linesman coming together. Wonder what they're talking about here. So we'll see what I have no idea what this meeting's about. I'm not too sure. So goal's going to be good. Whitus from Borwidge at 16:57. All Trojans. Shots on goal 20-5 for the period. And you got to give New Prague a lot of credit. Just making so many good, smart plays. As Huber pushes forward. And we're going to get a whistle, and that's going to do it. As referees talking to a couple of center icemen. And just a great period for the Trojans. They get 4 goals, give up 1. So Whitus from Borwidge, and New Prague leads 5-1 heading into the locker room here after 2 periods of play. Let's take a look at some second period highlights. And again, I think just the relentlessness of New Prague wearing on Owatonna. Again, Owatonna really only playing 6 forwards, 4 defensemen for much of the first 2 periods. And, New Prague comes at you in waves. All 3 lines are dangerous. The defensemen jumping up in plays. And just Owatonna looked tired. And even the last rush there at the goal, and we'll get to that as you see Walker Anderson here after an early goal, looking for the hat trick here on the flip pass from Carson Ashley. And just the amount of time and space Anderson's had, I haven't seen that since really, what was the first game of the season? Was that Mankato East? But, teams really try to take away his time and space, and they've just given 21 way too many. So New Prague did lead 2-0 with under 8 minutes to go in the frame, and really good passing play off the draw. As New Prague get Ashley hit from Anderson, third point of the game for Walker Anderson. They led 3-0. See Joey Closey with the save there. Another one off the face-off. Joey Bush bangs it wide as Keenan Huber won the draw cleanly. Bush misses, but Keenan Huber keeps his legs moving and beats the goaltender from the bad angle. That made the score 4-1. And as you can see, Keenan here keeping the feet going, and New Prague didn't quit. Craig Borwich is going to collect the puck here with, 10.8 seconds left in his own zone. And Owatonna didn't pressure him. They just allowed Cade to skate and skate and skate unmolested, and puts a smart shot to a spot on the goaltender, which could lead to a rebound. Jackson White is skating to the spot on the ice that he always does, the front of the net. Puck comes to him, doesn't jump his stick this time, and Jackson bangs it home. And that is your second period highlights for New Prague. They score 4 times. Anderson, Ashley, Huber, and Whitus to join Walker Anderson's first goal on the power play in period number 1. Owatonna's goal, Braden Spindler gets the goal to make it 3-1, but good response by New Prague. The Huber goal, the Whitus goal, and that's where we're at after 2 periods of play. New Prague leads 5-1. Take a look, see if I got any updated scores. Lakeville South leading Rochester Mayo 2-1 after 1 period of play. And when we are going to take a break here, we'll take intermission. Shots on goal. New Prague 28, Owatonna 10. And when we do come back a couple minutes before the 3rd period, hopefully we have updates on the other scores in Section 1AA play. New Prague, much the best here through 2 periods, but they have to finish the deal. 17 minutes to go. They lead 5-1. We're going to take a timeout. We are about 10 minutes away from puck drop in period number 3. We'll see you then. Trojans lead 5-1. And welcome back here from First Bank and Trust Arena. It's been all New Prague here. The Trojans have been much the best. They lead 5-1 over the Owatonna Huskies after 2 periods of play. Neither team is back on the ice as of yet. Zamboni has done its work, and we're just 2 minutes away from puck drop period number 3 as New Prague looks to put a cap on their 1AA quarterfinal victory here against Owatonna. Winner of this game takes on the Farmington-Austin winner. Have not gotten an update from that one since scoreless early. And last update had Lakeville North up a goal, Lakeville South up a goal, and haven't gotten any from the Farmington yet. If it is Farmington, that game will be at Farmington. We will, I've been told, will almost surely not be on the air for a road game. But New Prague and Farmington seem to play in the playoffs every year. It's most likely going to be them. 2 years ago, Farmington won in overtime on this sheet of ice, ending the New Prague season. Last season, New Prague and Farmington hooked up in the quarterfinal again, and this time New Prague returned the favor and ended the season of the Tigers. So playoff history between the two teams, and most likely a third matchup in 3 years in the postseason. This time a semifinal for the first time. Also, first time that game will be played in Farmington. New Prague and Farmington did play one time in the regular season. Farmington won that game 2-1. I was not there. I was told fairly even with chances and shots and puck possession and zone time. Farmington came into the playoffs on a 4-game losing streak, playing some doozy of teams, though. I think their last game was lost to Shakopee, who's got a chance to make a state tournament run. New Prague will start with the top line. They've been buzzing all game long. Ashley, Anderson, Brigham, Beckius, and Borwidge. We'll see what kind of fight Owatonna has. I think Owatonna looked tired the last 3 or 4 minutes that second period. A lot, especially the last goal. There wasn't much pushback there. See what the Huskies are made of, and they win the draw. And fire in by Rosner. Up the blocker of Cozy, leaves for the defenseman. And here's Carson Ashley. Ashley banking for Anderson. And New Prague's going to ice it early to start period 3. Shots on goal in the second period was New Prague 20 and Owatonna 5. 2-period total, 28-10. New Prague's 1 for 1 on the power play. Owatonna 0 for 1 as New Prague wins the draw. And Walker Anderson with a good pass to Caden Brigham. Caden Brigham beats his man. Brigham for Anderson, looking for the hat trick, and it just went wide. Here's Anderson on the backhand, saved by Ringhofer. As Ashley found a way to keep that puck in. How did he do that? Here's Borwidge on the backhand. I really like the strength of the rush by Caden Brigham. That's the best play I've seen Caden have in a month. You know, he had the puck, used his nice frame, protected the puck with his body, good strength and skill, and delivered a perfect pass across to Walker Anderson, looking for the hat trick, and it just failed to click. Brigham 8, excellent play, his best play of the hockey game. Huskies have the puck. They're going to regroup at center ice. Again, 5-1 New Prague. Looking to manage the puck really well here to end the third. And New Prague is offensive chance-wise. You know, they scored 9 goals in their last game. They have 5 through 2 periods here. So that's 14 goals in 5 periods. Here's Dorzinski, Whitty. Grayson will stop, buying time. Good job with his head up. Krocek fires and didn't get all the way through. Shot block, I believe, by Isaac Mobley. Skating after is Jackson Kath, but New Prague wins the puck. They've won most of them, especially the last period and a half. Fronick goes for Dorzinski. I mean, Grayson Whitty tried to play it to himself, knocked down, and took a good piece of lumber there, did Whitty, courtesy of Landon Sturgis. Krocek, another opportunity that goes through the crease this time. Whitty absorbs the hit to keep it in. Good shift for Dorzinski, Fronick, and Whitty. I've liked Seven's game. I think Grayson Whitty's had a really strong game. Gorzinski coming back into his own end, the responsible center. Good pass to Fronic, who chips and gets it deep. Just an excellent, excellent shift by 24, 7, and 23, doing everything right. Here come the Huskies. And at center, and they're looking to, it should be offsides, and it is, because the Huskies fighting the puck a little bit. And as we'll get that replay again, good, strong rush by Brigham and good skating. And I like the delivery on the pass. And a good job and just missed. Yeah, that's an excellent play. Just failed to click. And that top line has been as consistently dangerous in this game as they've been really the back half of the season. There's Whitus up the wall looking for Huber. Owatonna at center, and with a little speed is Caleb Ringhofer, as converged on, though, by New Prague and sent towards the net by Ryan Lewis. Hit a skate and went wide. Here's Grayson Rue, and New Prague wants to manage the puck well. Get support by Chase Cloutier, and Cloutier joining the rush. And you don't see Chase down there too much, but a good read by him. Hasn't played a ton in this game, but he's made good plays when he's been on the ice. On the backhand is Huber. Tyler Applin zigs and zags and gains the red and gets the puck deep. Puck management by New Prague has been good. Stay on the right side of the puck. If you're unsure, get it deep or get it on net. And as they leave the puck here at their blue line, but good support back. Anderson takes a hook, absorbs it, skates through it, and turns the puck over. New Prague regroups. Rehashes, Beckius to Borwood, Cade to August. Those two guys haven't missed each other's tapes the entire game. Good passing accuracy by 18 and 11. 13-15 to play in regulation. Good stay on the right side of the puck. Here's Ashley. His backhand pass looking for Brigham. Carson stops on the wall. Anderson with support. Owatonna reverses, and Borwidge comes off of his point, to keep the puck in. You know, all this is killing clock. Beckius through, hits the last defenseman, and August comes back to center. Stops. Brigham. And Caden has time and space, uses the wall to hit Borwidge, and Borwidge sends the puck back in the Owatonna end. They're going to wave off icing. Back is Krocek for Bush. Bush's pass picked off, though, and re-picked off by Joey. There's Fronic. I think Joey Bush is going to go. Bush for an elbow is a tough one. I think the Owatonna player was falling, and that made the hit look high, as the Owatonna player was not upright. So Bush, there was no bad intention there, as Bush came together with the Owatonna player. It gets called for an elbowing, but I think a lot of that had to do with the Husky player just starting to fall on the ice. Happens. Bush for elbowing. I would not categorize that one as a bad penalty, up 4 goals. You know, as the puck sent down the ice. Second try on the man advantage for Owatonna. Taken there by Wyatt Macy. Tall defenseman leaves for number 18, Zach Rosner. Rosner, good pass across. Here comes Owatonna. Oh, peeling off was Rosner there. Looked like he was in a high danger area. Has some time. Down the wall. Throw it through and ticky-tack. Bang banger. Pretty goal by Owatonna, as they make it 5-2. Yeah. Pretty one there. 18 and 17 on the assists. And a really good goal. So Zach Rosner on an assist, and Caleb Ringhofer, 18 and 17 on the assists. On the goal, I think it was Zach Klecker, right? 21. And Owatonna on the power play makes it 5-2. Well, there's a first sign of life. And I'm not putting a lot of, obviously New Prague wants to stay out of the box, but so Klecker on the goal from Ringhofer and Rosner. So 5-2, but you want to stay out of the box, but, Joey Bush didn't do anything malicious there. Just kind of got unlucky as the Owatonna player was falling. And Owatonna, give him credit. Nice passing play as Anderson goes wide and stopped by Ringhofer. As Braxton, senior goaltender's been busy. That's his 30th shot he's faced. He has 25 saves. Brigham in. Caleb with the shot and goes high over the blocker. Anderson knocks his man down. That was Gavin Fitch. And here come the Huskies. So the Huskies down 4 as Ashley's going to go for tripping. Move Prague to the box here as Owatonna with a little life. 1 for 2 on the power play. That's one you don't want. That's one that hurts a little bit. Carson for tripping, and New Prague shorthanded for the 3rd time. Big kill here for New Prague. This is a big time. Whitty on the draw. Forwards are Whitty and Dorzinski. Krocek and Bush, the defenseman. There's Rosner. A good play by Krocek. Riley Krocek actually hit a player and didn't get out. This one's fired down the ice by Joey Bush. First clear for New Prague. Minute 40 left in the minor to Ashley. 10:27 left in regulation. New Prague leads 5-2. Winner will play most likely Farmington on Saturday night. Good stick by Whitty. It's just onside. It's not anymore, and we're free. Breakaway for Dorzinski. Owens in alone. Save, rebound. Whitty with a couple of opportunities. And Ringhofer up to the task 3 times. Stops Dorzo once and Whitty 2 times on the rebound. And, a good job by Ringhofer up to the challenge there. Again, Owatonna is going to be extra aggressive, trailing by 3. Tried to go back to the glove side. The Owatonna netminder keeps his group in it. And if Owatonna is going to get back in this game, Braxton's got to put up a 0 here the rest of the way. 5's got to be the number, and the Huskies looking to score on the power play here to cut the deficit in half. Huskies do gain the blue line. Spacing is out of whack, though, and Beckius will push the puck off the glass down the ice halfway through the minor to Ashley. Under 10 to play regulation. Shots on goal in the period. 4 for New Prague, 1 for Owatonna. That's how good New Prague has been. They've only gotten 1 shot on goal in 7.5 minutes. Here's Anderson. Eludes the hit by Jace Lane. And Anderson with the forecheck. Good job by Walker buying time on the power play as they try to spring Grady Roosh on the power play. 23 seconds left on the minor to Ashley. Klecker knocked down, no call. Fired in by Ringhofer. Had an assist on the 2nd goal. Once again, that was Klecker on the power play. Good job by New Prague. Trying to kill the last 10 seconds of the minor. Owatonna is going to now be 1 for 3 on the power play. New Prague just 1 for 1. Bush picks off the pass, pushes the puck in deep, is the quickest guy to go get it. And Joey Bush now buying time here and taking a hit. It's the puck sent towards the New Prague end. Into that end, Tyler Applin will have the puck. New Prague defensemen have just had more time and space than they had in the Metro West. As Joey Bush showing off his skating. In front, just missed as Fronick on the doorstep. As Bush leading off as Dorzinski picks off. What a play by Dorzinski. Rebound, and they can't push it home as Dorzo's had 2 glorious opportunities. New Prague buzzing. 7-24-23, getting better as the game has progressed. And to give the Owatonna netminder, Braxton Ringhofer, a lot of credit. New Prague credited with 7 shots on goal so far, but how many glorious scoring opportunities. As Jack Fronick's going to have to get work done on the blade. Skate blade, so we'll see how long that takes get done and see if might have another winger on that line the next time they take the ice. 8 minutes left. Good hit by Grayson Rue. Good legal check there. Applin at center. Joey Bush. A lot of ice time for 5, and he's had the puck a lot here in the third. Tough pass by Applin, picked off, and lucky for New Prague that Cameron Molina dropped his stick, or he would have been in free. Here's Applin with the puck. Will spin, turn. This pass for Bush. Flutters to center, hit a stick, and now Owatonna counterattacking. Here come the Huskies. They're going to have to be very aggressive offensively. They trail by 3 with 7:24 to go. Applin sends back into the Huskies' end. New Prague will change. There's a stick lane there as trying to spring Ringhofer. First man back was Borwage. Good support by Carson Ashley. Ashley absorbs the hook. That's a really good play by Carson. Ashley to Anderson, trying to go short side, and a good right arm save above the blocker by Braxton Ringhofer, who's had an excellent third period. Yeah, it's fun watching Joey Bush skate. You heard head coach Drazen talk about it in the pregame interview about how, with the strength of that D group as they're skating, and that's been on display here in the third period. Borwage stepping up, keeps the puck in momentarily, and here comes Owatonna back to center. Gavin Fitch with speed. Carson Ashley with a good defensive play. Fitch stops. Holding. Ringhofer, right point, and we'll just have to circle the puck deep. Borwage goes by a man. Cade fires and he scores. Borwage beats Ringhofer, who stood on his head. Braxton's made 5 grade A saves here to start the third, and then has that one elude him. Borwage, the senior, by himself there. No support, and that's one Braxton wants to have back. Borwage with the goal, 4-point night for 18, and he just didn't see it clean. Just didn't see it clean off the stick. New Prague leads 6-2 as Borwage with the goal. I don't know if there's going to be assist on that. I think Cade kind of had the puck the entire way. It's probably going to be Borwage unassisted. It's going to be his 7th goal of the season. So Borwage unassisted, Dorzinski coming together. You do see Aiden Estrom on the ice first time. So Estrom taking Fronik's shift as Fronik gets his blade worked on. And Aiden Estrom has played 6 seconds and finds himself mixed up in the trouble. Attaboy, Aiden. And referee's going to sort this out. Probably should be nothing. You could take one of each here. You don't want to put anyone on the power play here, I would assume. So 6:28 to go. Borwage 4-point night, unassisted the goal. And they are going to take one of each. I'm just laughing. That's Aiden's first shift. He's in the box now for roughing it. 4 seconds. I love it. Attaboy 1-5. Go get yourself one when you get back on the ice. All right, so matching minors. We're going to skate 5-on-5. There's no need for a meeting here. It's just grab a rough there, grab a rough there. Let's move on. All right. So 6-2. 4-point night for Borwage, 3-point night for Anderson. Huber and Ashley each have goals. So 5-on-5 we are going to play. Probably just matching roughing minors, I would guess, to Estrom and Klecker. Puck's face-off's going to come outside the blue line. So Whitty, Dorzinski, and Tayden Krocek on the ice for New Prague, with Riley Krocek and Joey Bush. Not sure the delay. And we're going to drop it now. We're going to chase Monson. And hopefully the game doesn't get chippy. Make sure Prague stays healthy. Dorzinski pushes a clean hit on his man. Here's Owen with speed across the red. It's the blue. And here's Bush. Had a little trouble with Monson. Good job by Joey, though. Recovered and won the puck. Here's Tayden Krocek. Krochek, Riley, both Krocheks on the ice for New Prague. Good play by Bush. Takes the hit. What a good pass by Joey. Playing with a lot of confidence on the back end. We're going to get a cross check on Monson. So Monson for cross checking for Owatonna. New Prague's going to be on the power play for the second time. So Monson had the cross checking penalty actually early in the first period, where New Prague opened the scoring as Walker Anderson scored on the power play. So Munson back to the box for cross-checking. We're going to get Huber, Caden Brigham, and Joey Bush playing forward for New Prague on this power play. 5:48, Borwidge keeps in. Cade, cross for Applin. Applin through, deflected by Brigham, rebound by Borwidge. Borwidge leaves for Applin. Applin for Bush, looking for the one-timer. Puck's there, right kick save on the attempt by Huber, looking for his second. New Prague's just winning all the pucks. Huber for Applin. Through, and saved by Ringhofer as Brigham there on the doorstep looking for the deflection. As Keenan has the puck taken away momentarily, back to center. Chip back in, and Owatonna is going to slap it the length of the ice, and Closey's going to leave there. Shots on goals, 40-11. New Prague leading 6-2, and on the power play for another minute 15. Here's Joey Bush. This puck's been on his stick for an hour, it seems like, in this third period. Good pass by Brigham to Borwidge. Cade for Caden. And Caden turns it over, and Owatonna sends the puck back in the New Prague end. 55 seconds left in the power play. Applin. For Dorzinski. Dorzinski rink wide for Applin. Blocker save by Ringhofer, who pushes it off the glass. Here's Grayson Whitty. Around the world, 7. Plays it to himself. Buying time, hits Beckius in rhythm. August for Carson Ashley. New Prague is set up on the power play. Back for August. August for Dorzo, and Dorzo has it stick check off of him. 20 seconds left in the cross-checking minor to Monson. This is Grayson Whitty for Jackson Wojtis. Wojtis has a goal. Good support there, and Wojtis lofts the puck to Ashley. New Prague playing so well. Dorzinski fires and off the blocker. They just let Owen walk off the wall, uncontested there. Here's August Beckius, maybe overhandling a little bit here. As New Prague, Monson takes the puck away, and here comes New Prague. Like to see August get that one deep with the lead. 3:34 to play. In regulation, all New Prague. Shots on goal in the period, 12-1. Just very responsible period by New Prague. Dorzinski hits Wojtis. Jackson wrist shot, and off the mask, I think, of the goaltender. Grayson Rue after the puck. Boy, this 4-5 matchup, expected to be even, has been not that. The better team has worn red. The team that's wanted the puck more, puck retrieval, playmaking, has been really, really solid and sound throughout. Under 3 to go. First shift for Hudson Herbeck. As Herbeck makes the play there, gets the puck up to Keenan Huber. And Huber has a goal. Walker Anderson has 2. Other goals by Ashley, Huber, Wojtis, and Borwidge. As we're going to get a penalty on... We're going to get a cross-checking call on Owatonna. Is this on Keenan or Owatonna? No, it's going to be Keenan. So New Prague is going to be shorthanded. Huber for cross-checking, and Owatonna is going to be on the power play. They'll probably pull their goaltender here as well. So an Owatonna power play here with 2:39 to go. They will not here. Puck's won cleanly. As Joey Closey with the save into the corner. Chase Cloutier trying to clear. Applin behind his own net. And Owatonna now, Caleb Ringhofer a little trouble seeing the puck where it is now. Through the crease, and Jackson Whitus is going to send the puck down. 2:14 to play in regulation. There's Roush. Cloutier will fire to the line, not out. And now we get a whistle on offsides. We are going to have 3 stars of the game after the game, and we're going to talk to our number 1 star. New Prague has, I don't know if anybody's played poorly here. I think everybody has contributed, and this Trojan team is going to be a tough out for Farmington on Saturday. Again, haven't gotten that score yet, assuming the 1 seed holds on. If Austin does upset them, that game would be here, as the puck's fired in by Owatonna. Once again, 1:55 left in regulation. New Prague led 1-0 after 1, 5-1 after 2. Each team with a goal here in the third. Owatonna's on the power play, and answered by Borwidge a few minutes later. Beckius and Krocek as Closey makes the save, as Owatonna with a couple of power play shots. And actually every shot on the 4 Owatonna here in the third period, all 4 of them have been on the power play. No even strength shots on goal for the team that was trailing. Says a lot about the Trojan mindset, commitment to playing the game the right way with the lead. Jackson Whitus on the draw. There's a Cloutier, Applin, Whitus, and Dorzinski killing the probable last power play of the game. 7 p.m. Saturday night, Section 1AA semifinal. New Prague will be in it, most likely at Farmington. Once again, they played in the regular season. Farmington won that game 2-1. They also matched up in both playoff quarterfinals last year. Closey makes the save on the spinning opportunity by Cameron Molina. 2 years ago, Farmington ended New Prague's season. Last year, New Prague ended the Tigers' season. 2 teams, programs destined to meet in the playoffs, and they will do so for a third time. Good draw, won by Jackson Whitus. Applin on the forehand, and Dorzinski's going to try to get out. Cannot. Owatonna did not pull their goaltender. Again, the Huskies team has 7 seniors that are dressing for this game. A lot of their top talent, sophomores and juniors, like New Prague. New Prague with just the 4 seniors, as Cloutier bangs out to center, and Keenan Huber back on the ice. As those 4 seniors, Borwidge, Whitus, Rue, Cloutier will get another game at least. Puck sent all the way through. A puck with eyes, and Tyler Applin, actually Jackson Whitus with the puck, now with Dorzinski. Under 20 seconds to play. Whitus back for Borwidge. It jumps on Cade. Borwidge for Hudson Herbeck. Herbeck will get it deep, and that's going to do it. A professional and very strong effort for the team in red, and the New Prague Trojans have defeated the Owatonna Huskies in this section quarterfinal game by a score of 6-2. A very, very good performance. Shots on goal in the third, 13 for New Prague, 7 for Owatonna. And the Husky season has ended. And New Prague much the best. You know, if they play like they did against Chaska, they play like they did tonight, they're going to be a tough out. Somebody is going to have to play a really good hockey game. 18. To knock off this Trojan team, that's for sure. It's been a pleasure all season long. Again, we're probably done broadcast-wise. There are rules with the section playoffs, state high school league rules about what can and can't be done. So we're probably done. But if we do get the chance to do one, we'll absolutely do that. And if we can't be on air, can't wait to take in, just as a fan, the section semifinal Saturday night between New Prague and most likely Farmington. Again, just to wrap here, the 2 goals for Walker Anderson. Goal for Carson Ashley, Keenan Huber, Jackson Whitus, and Cade Borwidge, the goal scorers for New Prague. Tallying for Owatonna in this contest, Braden Spindler got the first one, assisted by Gavin Fitch and Zach Klecker. And then Klecker got a goal of his own in the third period, assisted by Zach Rosner and Caleb Ringhofer. And we'll have your 3 stars of the game momentarily. Do you have any third period highlights ready or no? As the teams joining at center ice for the prayer. I want to congratulate Coach Drazen and the entire New Prague coaching staff on this effort today. That's just a really good performance. Really good performance. You see some of the third period highlights. This was that rush by Brigham. Really liked that play, looking for Walker Anderson coming across. Tried to get Walker the hat trick. Walker had some opportunities in this game. Boy, he was really, really good early. Best player on the ice in the first period. The most dangerous player, at least, on the ice in the first period was Walker. We will have your 3 stars of the game momentarily. And let's get to that now. And I want to congratulate your number 3 star of the game is Joey Bush. Really, the defenseman had an assist. Was so dominant in the third period. He had the puck on his stick a lot, and a lot of ice time for number 5. So congratulations, number 3 star of the game, Joey Bush. Your 2nd star of the game got the action started early. Walker Anderson with 2 goals and 1 assist. Anderson scores on the power play just 4 minutes into the game. Just played with so much speed today. Relentlessness by Walker Anderson. Just dangerous throughout. Had 2 goals. Could have had a couple of more. He is your number 2 star. And your number 1 star of the game, senior defenseman Cade Borwidge. 1 goal, 3 assists, filling up the stat sheet. Cade joins us now. Cade, first of all, congratulations. You're a senior, and it's the playoffs. Your next loss is the last hockey game you're going to play for New Prague. Was your mindset different coming into this game than just a normal game?
Yeah, for me, honestly, it was. A little bit more dialed in. You got to take the extra step in sections. A little bit more tentative on sleep. Getting extra 30 minutes to an hour is huge. Nutrition, hydration, it's really big. But, the better teams, that's one of the small things you can do to take over in sections.
You played Owatonna in the regular season, 7-5, a lot of goals, a lot of chances. They had a couple of breakaways. This game, you guys were much the best early. It was kind of clear and decisive that, the better hockey team wore red today. And I just thought it was a consistent effort from you guys, not just you, not just Walker, but all 3 lines, all 3 defense pair. I mean, you guys from the drop of the puck on were really good tonight.
Yeah, I love to see it because in sections, that's what you need from guys. You need depth and you need scoring, and that's what we got early. The guys knew what we needed to do. We came in here, got a job done, and we're 1-0, but tomorrow will be 0-0. So got to come back firing tomorrow and practice and come back Saturday for whoever we're playing.
Just one day to prepare, and I haven't gotten that Farmington final yet, but let's just say it's Farmington. Let's just assume playoff game 2 years ago. I know you were on the were on the ice when Farmington ended your season. Last year you guys ended their season. It just seems like you and Farmington are destined to meet in the playoffs, and if you guys do play on Saturday, it should be just a wonderful game.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Farmington because they beat us earlier this year, and obviously sophomore year is a tough break, and that'll stay with me forever. So always a little hatred towards Farmington, and us guys will be excited if we can come out and play on Saturday.
Tell me a little bit about the regular season game. I wasn't there. It was 2-1, but just kind of give our viewers, how was the game? I heard it was kind of even, puck possession even, zone time even. It just kind of, they had one more bounce than you guys. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. It was back and forth all game. Chances were there for both teams. Shots were about even. It was just, I think they took the lead on a shorthanded goal. So tough break, but those are the things that you can also clean up and that we have cleaned up over the past few months here.
Last question, Cade. Whenever this journey ends, hopefully it doesn't end for a while. Hopefully it ends in St. Paul, somewhere at the X. But you are a senior. Your boys Chase, Jackson, Grayson, with yourself. Talk about that senior group and what New Prague hockey's meant to you guys.
Yeah, obviously it's kind of shrunk over the past few years, but these guys have worked their tails off. Ever since June, starting our training program, off-season stuff, in-season. These guys, they mean a lot to me because they put in so much work, and not only the seniors, but every guy on this team because, when guys put in effort and take sacrifice on certain things, those are the things that, that's why you like people, because they always will stay with you forever.
Very good. Great game from you. Great game from your whole team. Dominant performance for the Trojans. You guys win 6-2. Cade, 1 goal, 3 assists. Congratulations, our number 1 star, and good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That is your number 1 star, Cade Borwidge. New Prague with, from basically the drop of the puck on, much the best tonight. They defeat the Owatonna Huskies 6-2. Shots on goal, 41-15. 2 goals for Anderson, 1 each for Wojtas, Borwidge, Huber, and Ashley. That's going to do it here from New Prague. And if this is our last broadcast, I want to thank everyone for watching at home. Try to give you an honest effort each and every night. And just couldn't be any more prouder of the effort on the ice today. Everyone rolling for New Prague. No one played poorly. And the Trojans playing their best hockey at the right time. Good. That's it. New Prague wins 6-2. Good night.